Welcome to another exciting episode of Slapboxin with your shadow. I am your host, a man who is not afraid to buy bananas, being black. Farthest way. I know I should not be putting bananas on top of a toaster, but, I'll be sure to move it if I decide to do toast today. I am getting older. And it's like I knew that, but like the other day, like something happened to me which really kind of signifies like, hey, you not as youthful or as mobile as you used to be. We'll blame it on mobility, not so much age. I've seen Japanese men in their 80s do some pretty amazing things. And like, wow, I want to be like that kind of when I get older. But the other day I had a moment and it was like I was going to the restroom and I was filing paperwork, where you had to file paper. And when I went to file the paperwork, my back cracked. And I'm like, I'm talking like, I'm not talking like up, I'm talking like the low, like the S1, at your root. It was fuck. And I had to sit there for a moment because my posture got better. And I'm like, man, like, I'm used to the other indicators. Like, you get up in the morning, it's a little bit achy, or like you do that one flight of steps. Like you just put a little more oomph into it. You skip steps, and then when you get to the top of it, you do one of those the quick exhale, and then you try to take a deep, all those indicators. But the S1 back crack on the toilet, I was not ready for. So now I have to look at my life. And the key is where I'm doing, if you see me pinching or poking at my elbow, I got a mosquito bite. And I'm still one of those old brothers that does the X with the nail and hopefully it'll stop itching. I don't know if it works or not, but it does itch. So it kind of alleviates the itch and kind of makes me feel like I'm curing myself because natural remedies are important. So important. They so important. They got no nails. Swear. One of the best jokes. Shout out to JJ from the SIP. All right. So I'm pointing it mainly at my gaming chair. My gaming chair is not a gaming chair as much as it's a lazy gamer's cushion. It's like got the whole, I thought, okay, let me tell a little story about it. So the chair I got is like an old man 80s recliner. And I loved it, past tense, that part of it, because it's like, sometimes I do want to just kick my feet up and have that support, but I don't have a desk that allows me to kick my feet up and recline and play video games, because then you gotta have like a table or a pull out where the thing sit, and it's not really wide enough for me, so like my hips kind of gotta turn inward, but then it's like uncomfortable after a while. So like the cushion is no longer a cushion. It just sags in the seat. That can't be good on your hips and your lumbar support. And so I had to like put like 5 pillows on the bottom just to get it to stop doing this. And then on top of that, it doesn't really give me back support because you're supposed to be leaning back. But in the gaming, you up here with yours. You tight neck in the traps. Like this what he do? He flanking? You gotta be up here. Goldberg. So yeah, I need to get a new gaming chair. And That's the problem with computer stores in Japan. I don't do Amazon at all. Neither should you. But I ain't preaching. But I like to support local. And even though local PC stores, some PC stores have employees that under any other circumstance would get knocked the fuck out. But because they're in the vest and you beggars can't be choosers, you know what I mean? So be like, hey, can you take a look at this this hard drive? It's giving me problem. What year? Literally, in English, cop the park and bark on me. What year? And as soon as he put the hand up, I was like, never mind. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna tell you the year for you to tell me you can't do it and then probably switch it or add one of these. I ain't gonna say what or who or how he's inspired, but man, that would. So there's another one that's a little bit further from the house, and I'll go to there, and it's just this old, like, he's not old. He's my height, first of all, and he's a pudgier dude, slightly disheveled hair, got the gray in it, but more some black, but mostly gray, and he just get a look. And like my Japanese, you know, it's getting better. It is getting better, and I'm proud of myself. But he's one of those older gentlemen who don't care what your textbooks say. He don't use particles. But nothing. The computer. He don't even say wa. He won't even say it's computer. Computer. Oh. I love the dude. So I'm going to go over there and get my chair for dude. I know he got the chairs on display. You can't buy them. He has to order them because, you know, he ain't got room in the shop for that. And I like that no nonsense. Well, he is the manager of a chain, so I don't know how much of it is him per se, but he seemed like he be calling shots. So I'm like, I give him the respect. So I need to go get a gaming chair, but the problem with that is attitude of certain employees. And two, I get the itch when I go into tech stores now. Since I didn't build the second computer, but I got it built for me. And I think that was a bad idea. I think like the first time when I built the old one, there was like that process, the YouTube studying and making sure nothing has static electricity and buying the bands and like, you know, very intricate. Like every screw went back to the same hole. Like there wasn't no, okay, we'll just put all these screws that are the same in this pile. It's like, no, this is C1, this is C1 screw, that type. And it gave me such a, you know, a sense of accomplishment. But the point click, you want 2 terabytes? Yeah. You want to split that hard drive SSD, or do you want 2 terabyte hard? They're like, oh no, I'll take the Rolls Royce. And does it the spinners? Are those actually okay? I'll get the spinners. And yeah, I think that point click lets you believe that your wallet has no afflictions, and that's bad. So now when I go in there, I'm like, yo, I could point click, get a couple of these, and it's like, don't want to do that. Oh my goodness, because I do want to get. Revenge is inevitable. I'm sorry. I just saw this billboard about Orange President. Oh, God. Not even going into that. That's funny, though. Anyway, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's comical in irony. It's not even funny no more. This is, I was talking about computers and buying some shit. Oh, but this is all tied in, isn't it? Anyway, so I like going to computer stores and buying more stuff, and I really want to start building like my own at-home network and stuff because it kind of reignited the love for, you know, just all things IT I used to do. Like, you know, the whole network management, the whole cybersecurity, the whole, hey, why does this error keep popping up? Oh, that's because Windows has a direct incompatibility with Direct 11, but they keep making shit for Direct 11, which is why shit keeps crashing. Love it. So now I'm like, I want to buy a bunch of, like, everybody still has their DVDs, right? Because when I went back home all them years ago, it wasn't all that years ago, but I still had my box of DVDs and CDs. And I was like, dude, I should just have those shipped over because, you know, this is my stuff, first of all. And two, I know my dad goes on his little excursions to the attic and be like, why is this box still here? This ain't even my shit. And then, yeah, I know, old man, I know. And I know the world is changing, but, you know, you can still yell at your kids. I ain't listening, but you can still yell at me, you know, whatever float your boat, my man. But yeah, back to get my hard stuff back and just uploading it to my system. I don't need a streaming service. I bought all those DVDs and the Blu-ray with the extra director cut. They don't have those on YouTube, and they ain't got those on Netflix. And I'm mad as hell. You know, you taking my shows off that I enjoy and be like, yeah, we had a fallout with their parent company, so now you ain't gonna be able to watch it. But we produced something similar. Man, get the fuck out of here. Ain't nobody trying to watch your B movie ass rendition of my shit. Yes, it's my shit. And that brings up another one. If I buy it, it's fucking mine. Oh man, I was so mad. So I was deleting all my Amazon, like nothing Amazon. I don't want nothing to do with Amazon as a company, nothing. And yeah, it's getting harder with everyone using AWS, but that's a whole nother chapter I'll get into. I had Amazon Music like back when I was in New York, right? A long ass time ago. And the albums I bought, like they're on my account, but I can't listen to the album the way I want to listen to. They're like, you got a certain number of select points where you can select the next track you listen to. Other than that, we're going to put you on random select with other artists in that genre. It's like, bitch, if I wanted to listen to all those other artists, I would have bought they shit. I bought this collection and this album and this. Hey, let me listen to my stuff. I was so mad. And that's where all streaming services are going now. They're like, we have all this catalog. You can pick and choose. But you don't have what I want. I know what I want to watch when I want to watch it. Now, buying the computer I did, I was under the impression I would be able to download stuff, but people are getting more, or people. Yeah, there is a person at the root of all this terror and terribleness in the world, but the companies are like, yeah, fam, you can download it, but you can only play it on our website. So you got to be connected to our website in order to play your stuff. Now, for offline, what you got to do is you got to download our app in order to, like, what the hell? So even when I buy it, it's not mine. You're buying the service that's connected to this movie. Nah, fuck that. I'm good. I'm going to go back to hoarding discs and stuff because, you know, it's better that way. And it helps with my Japanese studies. I like that. I have cracked the freaking code to my Japanese studies, and I'm very proud of that. I have found the selection of anime and a selection of dramas I can watch without rolling my eyes every 15 minutes or getting completely disconnected from the characters in the story because the plot is so fucking terrible. I got that. Now the problem is I want to buy the premium Blu-ray jump joint with the added bonus and the, man, Initial D. Like, I know Initial D. The story is flawed, but the tech and the focus on the cars is immaculate, as well as the car culture in the Kanto area with the mountain passes and stuff like that. I know why the creator never did it, because he was a little bit of a questionable figure. If you haven't seen any of his other, there was a YouTuber who went through all of Initial D and he did all the Fast and the Furious. He went into detail about the artist. If you ever are curious, like go to YouTube and type in Initial D Iceberg. His channel will pop up. Freaking hilarious and very accurate. Anyway, I digress. Initial D is a wonderful, one of those key animes I'm always into. And I'm not going to, yes, I am going to go off on this small tangent, very small. DreamCon, AnimeCon, all y'all cosplayers, I love y'all to death. Thank you for the community. Thank you for taking it and running with it, all that. But y'all gonna stop talking shit. No, I'm gonna say y'all. Selected people, I would implore you to stop commenting on old animes. When people say those are our favorites and stuff like that, it was like, there's a brother who, now see, this is another thing with social media and media takeout. You got to learn people's names, so it's a lot easier to make reference to the stuff. There's a brother, he dresses like Jax from, almost failed, from Mortal Kombat, but it's like all black stuff, like the outfit. The outfit is all black and looks more SWAT than like, give me your anime hot take, don't hold back. He's like one of those guys. Very beautiful announcer voice. And a lot of people be trashing on other animes, like, I think this anime trash, I think this character is trash, I need to... Okay, so I get it, but nobody does Initial D. Where are my Initial D cosplayers? Where are my Initial D? I know there are anime lovers who bought that old ass car, even though it's 20 years old, and the parts aren't available anymore, and everything's special made. Even this is ODM, and you know it was a freaking money pit when you bought it, but it's beautiful. I need to see more. In fact, I put out that challenge. I would love to see a crew do like the Akina Speed Stars or, you know, the Red Suns. Oh my goodness. I'm the number 2 driver of the Akina Red Suns. God damn it. Oh my God. Favorite. Anyway, I was on a tangent. Oh yeah, buying Initial D DVDs. This is where it was leading. So I priced the box set where it's like just the stage 1 or season 1. And it's like we'll say it's $60. Say $60, $70. Now that's pretty good considering how old the anime is and everything. But for an extra 70, no, it was more than that. It was more than that. It was like for an extra 150. For an extra 150, you can get the Blu-ray, first season, second season, and the bonus movie stage joints all on Blu-ray. And I'm like, I'm gonna need that master set. No, for you know, prosperity. For prosperity, I'm gonna need that. So Initial D had 6 stages, plus 2 of the legendary battle joints, plus I think there were 2 extra stages, movies or something like that. So roughly speaking, I gotta come up with about 1,500. About 1,500. With the yen dropping and English teachers being paid trash and really no other job prospects in Japan outside of bartending, DJing, or being security. I ain't knocking it, but when I was asked when I grew up, what do you want to be when you grow up? I was like, happy. Wow, I know. Anyway, so that's what my mind is right now. How do I finance or justify? No, I justified it. It needed for my Japanese study. How do I buy $1,500 worth of Blu-ray Initial D stuff, then buy an external? Oh yeah, I skipped over that part. I was getting there and got distracted. Buying an external Blu-ray drive is great because no one does the 5-inch fits and casings no more. My silly ass. Well, I wasn't being silly. I was just being, you know, punch happy. The click. I was click happy. I was like, oh yeah, let me get down with this. The what? It's the elevator? It has an elevator in the... Anyway. Elevator in the PC. Anyway, yeah. So they don't make cases to fit those anymore. So you got to buy external. And external stuff really isn't... I have trouble with using external devices when it comes, like, for any laptop or PC, because they just heat up so fast, like everything. And Japan summers are crazy. They are freaking unbelievably crazy hot, and no one seems to take that into consideration when they bring their ass over here talking about, oh, I want to go to Tokyo. Really? With all that concrete and glass and all that reflection and shit? All right. I would prefer to be someplace spacious, like in the woods or in the mountains. Yeah, there's bears attacks and wild boar. Get some. You know what I mean? It's like, just know your surroundings. Know what to do if a bear attacks and, wild boar attacks, and know your safety. Wear the comfortable shoes. If I see, man, I know. I said I was going to do like more videos about traveling to Japan and stuff, but some people, like, I shouldn't have to tell you this. Like, you've been out. Even people, like, even if your sole base for learning stuff is TikTokers and influencers and whatever, you have sense to know if you go in someplace cold, wear cold stuff. If you go in someplace hot, wear hot stuff. How do you know if it's going to be cold or hot? You look at a weather report and you plan accordingly. Oh, it said it was going to be nice today. It didn't say it would never fucking rain. It was going to be nice today, but chances of... Silly ass. I saw a woman with some heels on, and it wasn't like they were like they wasn't red bottoms or nothing, but even that small little heel, it's like, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna make it. There are heels everywhere. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Plain and simple, you're not gonna make it. Oh, but I will say this. One thing I did find out while laying the groundwork for if you bringing your ass to Japan, what you should do video. There is a rule in the stations where you're supposed to stand side by side on the escalator. No walking, because it's not safe. That is an actual rule. Now, is it enforced? No. Do most people follow it? No. In fact, it's kind of like the unwritten rule thing where, depending on if you're in the Kanto area or if you're in the Kansai area stands on the right side and the left side is where you walk up and down. In Kanto, it's reversed. I don't ask questions. There's other things more important, more fascinating about Japanese culture than, I wonder why they stand on the right on that side. It does not make sense. So, but yeah. I didn't know that. I had been breaking that rule. It's kind of like before they started enforcing the rule about riding your bike. You're not allowed to carry an umbrella and ride your bike. So, like, if it's raining and you doing like one of these, that's a ticket now. And I notice more and more people are not doing that anymore because there's a ticket and they're enforcing it. It's weird how that is when there's a rule, and if you enforce the rule, people change. But if the rule is, we'll say, unsavory, and the people push back, they take that rule away. Humans. You know what? That was a bad catchphrase, but I think there is merit in it. And humans, you think you know. No, that's stupid too. All right, I'll work on it. I'll workshop it. I'll kick it to some of my writers, and we'll workshop that. Outside of that, what else is going on? Besides the nonsense and the shenanigans, I'm getting better with that as well. Dealing with people who have lost their goddamn mind. Who knew I could grow as a person? So, like, yeah, in Japan, Japan's a little late on certain things, and Zionistic expressions, they're not late. I mean, they had a run at it, and then they stopped. But now some people are trying to bring it back, and it's interesting to see. There was a YouTuber, streamer, something. One of those people who like just stay on the camera all day. She got in some water because she called a black YouTuber the N-word, and did it very, very hatefully. Like, this wasn't hey, you my, rapping along the verses. This was, nah. And it's crazy to hear that with the whole, the ooh voice, and like she's dressed like a snowflake or something. And then she like just like right in dog's face. And I was like, oh, this is nice. This is going to be nice to talk about with students. So then I did some research into it. And I was like, oh, I see what happened. Somebody, now I'm not taking sides, I'm not jumping into this, but I have noticed how a lot of people who do that IRL stuff, and they are acting in the moment, which we all know is not a good idea. The human body and the human being should not be on television or viewed in its natural habitat. Natural Geographic like always shows real fucked up shit when that animals do to each other. Likewise with human beings. So I don't get this whole let me, with a camera and light security, go into these spaces and these areas that I know something is likely to pop off. And then be like, let me clip that and be like, look what they did. The ref always sees the response. He never sees the first contact. I messed that up. There is a saying about the referee only sees retaliation, and that's what he'll mark you for. He'll never mark you for people starting the shit. I don't believe in going to places I know could possibly pop off and sort of kind of hide behind this invisible fence of we're decent people. So you're not going to attack me. You're not going to... That, I don't agree with that, fam. I don't go to places and like to pop off. Protest? Okay. Debate? Got you. Share disagreement, be like, all right, well, you're over there, I'm over here, this is the line, you good on that side, I'm good on this side, keep it moving. Once I'm gonna force you, now you playing outside the rules. And then it's like, oh, how dare you say that to me, how dare you do that to me, how dare you express, but you here, what are you here for? Why are you here? If you're trying to get a rise out of me, you have it now. This is what you want, right? Or you wanted a debate? Oh, okay, well, let me tell you how to debate, because your debate style will get you fucked up. That's how I roll the premise. I don't agree with this egg somebody, provoke somebody, and then when you get retaliation, you, oh, how dare you? That's so inhumane. Can't we have a discussion with fam? But then again, people will take that to the extreme and be like, okay, any disrespect, any disagreement, we fighting. Well, then that is tiring. Like, how many rounds? I mean, even heavyweight bouts are 5 minutes long, and there's only 12 of them. And then in jiu-jitsu, it's like the longest is a 10-minute round at the max, and then you gotta stop. I know they what was that one show tournament that it was dope when they, what was the name of it? It started with an M. Okay, one of the Gracie brothers that's more business than jiu-jitsu, he came up with this idea where he was like, yo, we're going to invite the rock stars of jiu-jitsu, and we're gonna have like 20-minute rounds. Like boom, 20-minute round, let's go. So it's like, oh, that'd be super dope, because these are like all black belts who have been doing this joint for a while. And it's like, instead of 10 minutes, like at the Nationals, you do 20. I mean, we've already explained this. I'm reiterating it out of excitement. There were some really good matches in the first two. Well, the second one. The second one was super, super dope. And then even in that, there was like some, like, you know, some judgment calls. And I was like, well, I'm not sure these rules is, and then, anyway. So that's what I'm on. I don't know. What happened to just decency and order? I understand getting your ass whooped. No one likes to get their ass whooped. But then there's a certain level of, all right, I took my ass whooping. You are the better person today. But watch for tomorrow because I'm coming back for you. That I can respect. But this whole, I'm never wrong and I never lost and I'm never incorrect and my comments are always accurate and like to the point where someone makes some crazy ass statement. It's like, yeah, that's not true. What do you? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It'll take me 10 seconds to find that information. Okay, I got 10 seconds. I mean, well, even if I find it, you're not going to believe it. Well, find it. We'll talk about whether or not I believe it or not. Well, even if it was true, they wouldn't admit it on air because they don't want it. They don't want it to be true. God, where's your mind? Where people give you information. Like what? I admire certain assholes. Certain. And by assholes, I mean people who are just jerks to other people out of entertainment or boredom or whatever. But some of them have good points where it's like, if you have an opinion, but don't let your opinion have you. Have an opinion based on your experience, based on what you see, but when someone brings you information that is irrefutable, then irrefutable, not irrefutable, irrefutable. I'm using words that I have used before, just coffee. And this early. Anyway, irrefutable. Now I got an F in there. Irrefutable. If you get information that you cannot deny, y'all can't deny. Yeah, stay in my lane. Yeah, just go with it. Be like, all right, I was wrong, or you know what? Let me think about this. Give me some space to think about that. Take that little, people. Anyway, that was my soapbox for tonight. I'm okay. Anyway, so yeah, I'm good. My studying's getting better. I need to buy a new gaming chair and an external DVD Blu-ray drive, and I gotta drop $1,500 on some initial D. But outside of that, I'm good. I really want to buy a car too. See, I'm in a buying mode, but I have been talking with professionals, and they have told me every time I have the itch to buy something, that means I am running. Well, not running. I'm trying to put more emphasis on something I can't really have rather than something I could possibly have right in the moment. Well, I forgot how she put it, but it made sense at the time. And I'm not dropping a ridiculous amount of money on therapy sessions, so that's huge plus, especially in Japan. Oh man, dude, I don't want to rant on the yen, but dude, I hate when I understand. Ignorance is bliss, and I hate seeing politics and action. It's like the U.S. helped prop the yen up by like buying more yen bonds, which helps the value creep up stuff. But one of the main reasons the yen is low is so that people will borrow more of the yen and invest overseas and like invest into companies, and so profits will seem massive because the yen is trash. So if the yen is low and you're making profits in US, it makes it look like your profits are super, super big, which is important for investors. They're like, oh, wow, look how much money he made. We want some of that. Let's give him more money. But it's anyway, so that happened. But the Bank of Japan still don't want to raise interest rates, which keeps the freaking, it keeps it low. But, never mind. I ain't even gonna go into it. It's irritating to talk about. Like, I'm glad Toyota posted big gains. I'm glad freaking, what was the other one? Who posted? SoftBank posted, freaking Toyota posted, and two other companies posted. Oh, wow, profits are through the roof. I'm glad for you. Now, can you do something about these rice prices? Can you do something about the climate fucking up all these crops or making groceries super, super high? Can you do something about just the response to this whole, oh yeah, all y'all looking for permanent residency, you got to make at least 30 million yen a year to qualify for a business. It's like, look, nobody wants to stay here with the yen dropping and this anti-foreigner thing. And it's like, okay, so if we all leave, what happens? Nobody wants to think about that. I just don't want to see you so much in my neighborhood. That makes two of us. I don't want to see a lot of foreigners in my neighborhood either. I want to see friendly faces. I don't want to see foreign, why is this so difficult faces. I don't want to see, what are you doing in my neighborhood? I had this dude, man, I was enjoying a barbecue. A fucking barbecue with my in-laws. My people. My in-laws. My wife's mother, father, her two sisters, and then her two children and her husband. We barbecuing, chilling, having a good time. This old MFer was in his window. Both hands on the windowsill, just. I was like, I would love to mess with you right now. I would love to go over there where, like, I go get a wiener on a stick and just walk it to him. You want it? And here you go. Here's a beer. Let me open it for you. That wouldn't help prove my case, though. But just the fact that we got kids out there laughing. The dog was barking, so he was probably tripping off the dog. I was tripping off the dog, too. Dog didn't like me, but it was one of them little small toy dogs. So he started yapping, and then when you go to him, he run, and then he want to run back at you and get loud. He got loud with me, so I was like, let me do a quick two-step, and then I'm on him, and he doing one of these while he running, and I just touched him on his nose. He's like, I ain't even doing that to you. See, you think you're big dog, protecting the house. I respect that. I gave him ample time, too. I gave him ample time to get familiar with me being there. I didn't give him no attention. I was just walking. He was jumping on my leg, and he was tapping me like, hey, I'm here. Hey, recognize, gang. But I was like, where y'all want this? Y'all want this in the refrigerator? Okay, we're going. Like, you need help with that? Okay, I'm going to take this out. And just, and then I wasn't paying attention to him. And then he got sniffing on my hands and stuff like that. So we cool. But then when he started talk shit when we got outside, I was like, hey, man, no, I'm barbecuing now. You got to, I'm over here helping. And then the old man was, so I was like, so everybody was getting, E Honda with the hands. But yeah, old grumpy dude was staring at me while I was at the barbecue. I had a moment, but then I was like, focus where you at. Right now, in this moment, you're surrounded by the fam. Eat your barbecue. He jealous. He was jealous of the barbecue. He ain't got nobody to barbecue with. He old, he lonely, he in his windowsill. And then when I looked at him and I waved a little bit, he turned around, closed the window, and then the shades did the dramatic 1-2. It was shh. Shh. Like, oh, damn, you mad? Let me take him a plate. In any other realm, at any other time, I would have took him a plate. Like, hey, man, I see you sad-faced in the window, and I just want to say, fuck you. And here's a plate. You know what I mean? Get your life together. The fuck you was probably a little bit too much. I would let them know something like, you skyling, I'll knock your ass out, but you don't get no career points for knocking out old people. That's not how you do the elderly. Even the bitter ones. The bitter ones are bitter for a reason. They got a story you can learn behind that bitterness. And that's why I've been in this apartment mad as hell for the last 30 years. Damn. That seems like a waste of time for me. But that might be meditative for you. Alright. But that's it. Alright. That was a nice rant. I feel better. I need to do these more often. Every Sunday night, Monday morning, I'm going to release a Slapboxin. That way y'all know how I'm feeling. And maybe in the midst of all my chaotic ranting and raving, you might be able to pick something beautiful out of that and turn it into something the world needs. I don't have to be the creator, owners, and if I got the gifts, but you got the tools, go ahead and forge something. Get back to me. Shout me out. Shout out Far East Wade. I hope you're doing well, brother. Keep your blood pressure down. Smiles up. High fives at an all-time high. All right. So with that, I am growing the beard back, but I still need to put conditioner on here so it doesn't dig in my face. And that's going to take another couple weeks. Yeah, it's probably going to take a couple weeks. Ugh. I stopped. Well, I already have that video up about why I cut the beard off. But I'm growing it back because the level of fuck it has reached. It's rising. Like temperature and price. So is my I don't care no more. I do care. And that's why I got to keep telling myself I don't. Because I do. So I need to find a better way to deal with it rather than saying I don't care or without saying I'll knock a motherfucker out. There's got to be a balance. There's got to be a balance. Balance is important. So important. Wait. He ain't got no nails. Yo, shout out to the little big bro. He used to play bass. He had a 6-string bass. No need for a 6-string. Like I'm gonna preach to y'all about how the 6-string bass is irrelevant. Last instrument I played was a freaking recorder. Anyway, I'm good. You're good. Believe me when I tell you, if you're watching this, you're good. Stay up. Stay hopeful. Get yourself some coffee. Coffee's nice in controlled limitations. That's a little strong, actually. What? Did I just say that on camera? My coffee's too strong. I'm gonna have to start putting cream in my coffee. It's happening. And I'm here for it. Alright. With that, good night and good luck.